Well, it's time for another update on the milling drilling machine. I've got a little further along, and I found out I wasn't very clear the last time about the table I made. I got down here with it so we can see it. I've took it back and put a mount inside. You can see the bolt cross piece. I've got a jack on it. Now I can raise it up and lower it down. That's I guess you call it a screw jack of a car. Most of you little cars has got them in the trunk. Some people use them, some people never got them out. We junked the car a few years ago, and I just happened to remember I took the jack and the spare tire and everything out of it before we junked it. And I found that in my shop, so that was a freebie, which is a good thing. As far as the motor and belt, I've got a belt on it. I'll have to take it back apart. Hang on a second. Right. What I'm experimenting with for a belt tensioner is I bought some of these gas-filled cylinders. Hatchback cylinders, I've heard them called several things. But I can get up to 4 in that square tubing that I used. Bear with me, I'm going to pick this up. I ain't going to tell you where the camera will go or what we'll be looking at, but one square tubing slides into the other square tubing, and the cylinders are inside. I haven't got them mounted, but I've got them on there. Or I got them in there, I should say. I've got a belt. This is actually a belt I bought for the tiller. I know the camera's everywhere, but it's hard to do this one-handed. But I got the cylinders inside. I don't know if I can. Well, let me squeeze the belt. I can drag it with a belt and it'll tension it right back up. Now each one of them cylinders is a 10-pound push on them. I got 2 in there. I've got technically 20 pounds of pressure on my belt. Another good thing about getting all that done, I do get to try it out, and it does make some bad noises, so it needs a little more running, a little more work. I've got a machine I can turn a drill with now. I put drill bits in it and use the table. As far as the jack, I know it's sitting on the floor, the stand's sitting on the floor. I've got to build a piece to go in here to hold this jack up so it's not actually on the floor. It needs to be mounted to the machine itself. But I haven't got that far yet. That's my next journey, I guess. I've got a table. I've got a machine that runs. I'm figuring out the belt tension. I don't know what I'll do necessarily to mount them cylinders inside. I am thinking about going to a third one because I can hold the chuck long enough to stop the belt. So I know it's loosening up a little bit. I can watch it move. I'm thinking about putting a third cylinder and making it 30 pounds of push on it. But it's a trial and error thing. I'm a lot further along than I was a few weeks ago. I've got a machine I can drill with now. I don't have a vise yet. That'll be a future project. I've got to buy a vise and a crossfeed table for it. But that's a little out of my range right now. Money's tight, and right after Christmas, you know, it's not a good time to be buying stuff, especially the way the shape our nation's in. Well, that's another subject. But I thought I'd show you where I've got this week. I'm getting a little closer every time I work on it. We'll be making some fun projects for too long. Y'all have a good day. God bless.